He's let me back on. It's a miracle. Okay, he who must be obeyed, worshipped, all those things, sends me these links all the time to recipes he's found on Facebook, right? So most of them look horrible to me, and the Americans tend to use a lot of packets or pre-prepared stuff they just take for granted. And even this recipe, I've had to change some things because, ew. Okay, it's called tater tot sausage breakfast bowl with gravy. Now straight away, tater tots, you know, are potato gems. I think they're not allowed to be called potato gems. That's, what do they call that? It's proprietary because it's the name of a product and nobody else can use it. This one's called tots because they can't use tater tots because that's already been used by the Americans. So this is what they look like. You buy them in the frozen section near the chips. They're just bits of potato put together. They're okay as long as they're crispy. You know when you use greaseproof paper and it keeps jumping off the tray that you're using? I've scrunched this up. If it's really annoying you can dampen it. What you can also do is put a drop of oil on the tray and it won't move. But if I crunch it up, it usually stays put. Now this recipe is supposed to be for 4 people, but I'm only making it for him and an extra serve. I'm not eating it. You couldn't pay me enough money to eat this. I need 2 cups of tater tots, potato gems, tots, whatever you want to call them, down so that they get nice and crispy, apparently. Although you're covering them with gravy, so they're not going to stay crisp. I'm going to pop these into the air fryer for about 20 minutes and they'll come back when they're ready. Okay, now the other thing they want us to use is breakfast sausage, which is mince. I don't know what makes it breakfast sausage. I don't understand that. But instead of mince, I'm going to use some spicy sausage that I found in that deli section of that supermarket. And these are called German style Deverzena. So it's a Hungarian type sausage. And it's supposed to be smoky and spicy. And hopefully they are not lying. So what I'm going to do is cook these and brown them up a bit to add flavour to it. Flavour that's in the pan will flavour the whole gravy. As you can see, I don't know if you can, it's got little bits of chilli in it, not much, but I'll add a bit of cayenne pepper. And it's got fat in it, and it's got mystery meat in it. That's what we call it when you don't really know and you don't want to think any further. But you can use mince, you can use any kind of sausage you like in this recipe. And instead of having little bits of mince, you'll actually have little bits of sausage, which to me seems much more tasty than little bits of hashed up mince. Now, whenever I cook with mince, I use one of these to break it up. These are fabulous. We will put the link to it underneath the video. You can get these on Amazon, and they're not just good for mince, they're good for other things as well. Even fried rice, when you're cooking it, want to break it up when you've left it cold in the fridge and chilled. These are fabulous for that. I won't need it for this recipe because I'm not using mince or breakfast sausage. I'm getting there. I have sliced my thumb open before with this knife. He who must be obeyed bought it for me and then complained when I cut myself. It's so sharp. So I'm just cutting off the tail bits. I'm going to pop these into a fry pan, brown them all off, let them sizzle away and fill the fry pan with flavour because we're going to then make the gravy in that fry pan. Okay, I'll have to speak up a bit. I've got the fan going. So, sausage is almost cooked. I now have to scramble 2 of our wonderful homegrown chicken eggs. Well, you know what I mean. Production is down a little at the moment, but we're still getting them. Whisk those up. And then I scramble. And while this is scrambling, I'm going to make the gravy. Now for the gravy, I'm using butter, because butter tastes better than margarine. Actually, I love butter. I could never come at margarine. I mean, in a pinch, but not my thing. Alright, take the sausage out of the fat. Leave the fat in there to go into the gravy. with the butter. Because we'll just add more, as he likes to say, flavour. I don't know why he says it that way, but he does. Okay, so we are going to pop the butter in there. Scrambled eggs. So I've got everything ready here to go together into his bowl of what he likes to eat. Okay, let's tip this in for scrambling. I've got the eggs on a very, very low heat because it all has to come together at the same time. Now for the cheese, I use Bega Vintage Strong and Bitey because to the plain flour I am adding cayenne pepper for that little heat, garlic powder because garlic goes with everything, and onion powder for that extra little hit of onion. I'm doing these measurements for our taste. So in the recipe, it doesn't even have those things. But this sort of recipe, you adjust to suit yourself. There's this bowl. This is the really good thing about this recipe. You use any flavour sausage you like. If you want mince, if you want turkey mince to make it a bit healthier. You can add whatever spices you like to the flour so that you get the taste you like for the gravy. I don't see how it's gravy if it's just butter, flour, milk, and then a bit of salt and pepper. That to me isn't gravy, but that might be the American style. And then the potato tots are just about ready. So you can see these are nice and crispy. I put them on the grease proof, they wouldn't stick to the pan because they do tend to rip it. Okay, so mashed potato tots in a bowl. And on top of that, we're putting sausage. And then we are putting the scrambled eggs. Those scrambled eggs are done the way you like them. Look how bright and yellow they are. Because we've got our own chickens, the eggs are always fresh. Makes so much difference. I'm sure they're healthier for you if you cook them yourself, if you grow them yourself. Well, we know what goes into our chicken's feed, which makes me feel more comfortable. Okay, I've used that whole lot of scrambled eggs, both eggs. Now, we're going to first put on cheese, and he loves cheese. So there's going to be lots of cheese. Okay, now we pour the gravy over and then add the green onion, or we call it spring onion, on this. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think it's about half. And then we sprinkle on spring onion. Doesn't mind the older spring onion. Okay, now comes the taste test. You want to just do the taste test here, and that way you can then go and sit in there comfortable. This is tater tot breakfast bowl.
Okay. Oh.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Yeah, but it's looking good.
Okay. The thing that gets me is they call that gravy. I think it's a breakfast gravy, which is basically a bechamel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But there's tater tots, sausage, scrambled eggs. So
tater tots, they're
potato gems.
Yeah, potato gems, yeah, what we call them here.
Oh well, it depends. Potato gems is a brand name, so they can't use that. So the bag I just opened had tots on it. Sometimes they just call them gems.
Oh.
They call them all sorts of different things. You haven't even eaten a gem yet. They're right at the bottom. Well, he's not hitting me or giving me the look. How's the sausage?
With a hint of spice.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Yum.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Seriously.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I had the Deborah Turner in the fridge. Yeah. Okay, I think he's happy with that one.
Oh yeah. He's got just the right amount of spice.
And that's what I said, you can adapt this recipe to suit yourself. And there's enough cayenne for you to be sniffing now.
Yeah.
Cleans the sinuses.
Wow.
And it's we got a thumbs up. Only one.
I'm holding the bowl.
If you want the recipe, let me know. And thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye. Don't forget, like and subscribe.